The hills of Virginia are alive with the sound of horsepower. Hunter Peach and Micah Allard are on the front row for this 11th round of racing in di9 Designs Turn Down for What Xfinity Series. I'm Rick James, and we're going to tune in for 100 thrilling laps of fun. Pace car turns the lights off. Hunter Peach will have control of the field in the 2-6. M&M's Toyota Supra. Micah Allard to the outside in the Dynamo Designs 61 Camaro shares the front row. Points leader Nate Lehman comes into tonight with it all to play for, and it's his championship to lose. A 36-point gap sits between Nate Lehman in the 14, Chris Murphy in the 2-1. We'll see how these drivers fare over the next 75 miles. Hunter Peach waits for the signal to get racing at Richmond. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. Hunter Peach leads the first lap under green. Nate Lehman looking to take the lead away from him early out of that second. Nate Lehman makes it stick at a turn number 4. And he is the new leader in that 1-4, riding on board Hunter Peach right now. He led the first lap after green flag. Corey Blevins in the 4-8, sitting third right now, with outside pole sitter Micah Allard in fourth. It's a Ford Toyota Chevrolet top 3 from Richmond Raceway, the 3/4 mile oval, playing host to this 11th round of racing. Now riding along with Josh Arnold, the pride of McGee, Mississippi. Arnold sitting ahead of the 2-3 Dr. Pepper Supra of Jose Ruiz. Arnold sitting in 9th place right now. He comes into tonight's race trying to climb just a bit further on through these points. Arnold finds himself 6th in the standings as they run with 300 points on the nose. He's chasing down Matt Boone, who's not present in tonight's race, not on the roster, so Boone's going to lose some places in the standings. Explorian in the chat earlier tonight says, "Good evening, Rick and all. Great night for racing. Let's go number 2-1. They're talking about Chris Murphy in the number 21. Toyota Supra, the Romco equipment machine, getting loose out of that second corner. He sits 15th in the running order right now, behind Sugar Hands Franks in the Star Wars Pepsi Camaro. 7 laps underway. Chris Murphy has a good look at the top 3 right now. He sits second in those di9 Design standings with just 5 races remaining, but it is a distant second, as we mentioned. 36 points the gap between him and Nate Lehman. But Murphy, one of those drivers who's shown tendencies to come on strong late in a race as opposed to going all the way out early on. Nate Lehman doing so in the Office Depot Ford Mustang. He's got Hunter Peach in the 2-6 M&M Supra sitting in second. Corey Blevins in the Keys Architects and Associates machine, rounding out the podium positions with Micah Allard looking on in car 61. Blevins sitting 8th in the point standings right now, just ahead of that 9th place tie between Jeff Lednam and Enrique Quiñones. 14, 48, 26, still your top 3. Hunter Peach, however, looks like he might be losing second place to the 4-8 of Blevins, and the 6-1 of Allard wants to come through as well. Micah Allard looking to make a top 3 finish, and looking back to Cole Snyder, he's already got damage on the front end of that custom 24 DuPont Chevrolet. Zach Meredith within a quarter of a second to 5th place. Does he smell blood in the water? That shark-colored Red Bull Camaro is right up and can smell the flames on the front of that 2-4. Corey Blevins barely holding on to third place while he took second away from Hunter Peach, and now he's on the attack. Nate Lehman looking to defend his top spot. Caution free so far, 12 laps into this 100-lap race. If you've just tuned in, I'm Rick James. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. Richmond is one of those tracks that just produces unpredictable results and a great show every single time we come here. Nate Lehman in the 1-4, trying to hold off the attack from Corey Blevins in the 4-8. "15 laps underway from the Richmond Raceway." Tanner Lockhart in the chat says, "What up, Rick? Hope you have a good stream." Thank you, Tanner. Appreciate you, buddy. Glad to have you here. We'll talk real soon. Kyle Taub bringing a little bit of Tide Ride flavor in the KT's Designs Ford. He's up to the 11th position, chasing down Jeff Lednum in the Snap-on Mustang. Lednum looking to move on to Sacramento's Jose Ruiz for the 9th position. These drivers starting to get a bit stacked up, nose to tail. Even further on back, John Osborne is applying the pressure to Chris Murphy in that 1-5. The Jumpman Mustang looking to make his way into the top 15. Cole Snyder in the 2-4 still able to hold off Zach Meredith and hold on to the top 5. Kyle Taub making headway, now looking to size up Jeff Lednum and possibly make an attack. All of these drivers behind the brightly colored Ghost Energy Drink Camaro of Jake Milsap. One of the more brightly colored cars. Actually a really good looking car. Milsap sitting in the 8th position right now. He's down 2 places from where he started. Jose Ruiz in the 2-3 wants to get by, but Kyle Taub tries just a bit too much out of that second corner, and the KT's Design Mustang already picking up some damage. Look at the dent to the right front corner. Byron Jones is 1.5 seconds behind Taub in the 12th position. Now we'll have to keep our eyes on that 16 and see what kind of lap times he's going to put in. It looks like he's falling off the pace of that 37, and the Floridian will be hoping for a yellow flag. Some slow time so we can get that right front corner repaired. Byron Jones on the way up. Meanwhile, up to that 5th position, Cole Snyder can no longer keep 5th to himself. Zach Meredith in the 1-7 Red Bull Chevy goes to the inside of the 2-4 DuPont Chevrolet, almost getting together at a turn number 4, but a great exit all the way to the wall. The 2-4 car of Cole Snyder able to retain 5th position. Further on back, Chris Murphy is to the inside of Sugar Hands Franks in the 6. And the 8-1 of John Osborne back to 16. Papa Bear 1490 says, Rick somehow fast repairs switched to unlimited. Well, that's going to throw quite a fun wrench into tonight's race. We'll see how that affects these drivers. White Walker 86, my man Kurt in the chat says, Lehman is a beast this season without Bane. Would have loved to see these two battle. Still going to be 5 races remaining once the checkered flag flies tonight. So it's going to be, at least for the remaining races that Jordan Bane does join us, a fun battle to see who can rack up the most wins. Nate Lehman, 1/3 of a second ahead of Corey Blevins, comes into tonight's race with 2 wins. No other driver able to put as many wins on the board as Lehman. 373 points, all to himself. Will it be enough? At what point does he slow down? Is it just consistent top 10 finishes that secure the championship? Corey Blevins is looking to rain on his Richmond parade, but does not make the move. Is he possibly just sweating the 1-4 of Nate Lehman? Bit of a wiggle with that wheel out of turn number 2, and you can see now that the tires are just a bit less fresh than they were in that first quarter of the race. Drivers are going to slip, drivers are going to slide, and in our bowling, in the chat says, when you have 12 other guys blocking you so he can win, it's a sure way to get to victory lane. Still a little bit of disagreement between drivers in the championship. And as the points stand, Nate Lehman is at the top of said championship. Hunter Peach, one driver who's just looking to keep racking up the wins. He's up to 4th in the standings so far. He only finds himself 6 points behind Jose Ruiz in that 2-3. Ruiz down to 9th, and he's looking to make up some of this time. Possibly a big train from 5th on back, held by the 2-4 of Cole Snyder, who finally goes high. There goes the 2-2 of Josh Arnold, cracking the top 5. Arnold has been making great headway. He's up 3 places from where he started this race. The Mississippi pilot getting the win last week at Darlington in this very paint scheme. Does he possibly have a chance to do 2 in a row? We'll see. 29 laps underway from the Richmond Raceway. Jake Milsap's on the outside of car 2-3, Jose Ruiz. Ruiz has finally broken to the inside, but can he make it stick and climb up the running order? Fewer than 6 races remain in this championship, and while Nate Lehman may have an advantage at the top, second on back is getting tight, and Jose Ruiz is getting loose. A bit of a wiggle into turn number 3. Still able to make it stick, keep all 4 tires pointed in the right direction. John Osborne, also a driver who's making headway. The 8-1 Air Jordan Ford to the inside of Byron Jones. And in our bowling in the chat says, I believe this is where Nate got his first iRacing win last season. He's always been good here. Nate Lehman leading by still 0.3 of a second. It's been a consistent lead for the driver of the 1-4. Hunter Peach started on the pole. Nate Lehman wrestled that lead away from him on the second lap, and he has not looked back. But if this race does go green to the finish, still, that's a lot to ask for, but, you know, assuming the improbable does become possible, drivers will have to come down at some point in this race. They do get 4 sets of tires, and we'll see who uses them best. Right now, it's the 1-4 and the 4-8 who have broken out to a 1-second advantage over 3rd place and the rest. Hunter Peach in the 2-6 M&M's Supra rounds out the podium. Micah Allard has a 2-second advantage over J. Paul Arnold in that 2-2. But over the last 5 laps, Arnold has been consistently quicker than Allard. Look at that on lap 32. Quicker by 1/10 and a half, and he's only getting faster as the laps tick on. It looks like the Mississippi driver has been conserving those tires, possibly a bit better than the rest of his rivals. Just chipping away, 1 lap at a time. Jake Milsap has lost the 8th position to Jose Ruiz. Kyle Taub may have knocked the wall earlier in this race, but it has not lost his ability to stay in the top 10. He's now behind the 1-9, looking to make it into the 9th position, while the 1-7 of Zach Meredith was able to get around Cole Snyder for that 6th position. This is how the Red Bull Chevy pulled it off. Trying to make it happen the hard way on the outside. It looks like Cole Snyder just looking to potentially stay out of the way of the 1-7, the same way he did the 2-2. Jose Ruiz not able to get by in the same move, but now the 2-3 knocking on the top 7 door. But Jake Milsap going to the inside of Ruiz, finding the advantage all the way down to that yellow line. Jake Milsap up to the 8th position, loose out of turn number 2, struggling to keep all 4 tires looking the same way, but the Ghost Chevrolet is more than still here. He's battling with 8th. There goes Cole Snyder into the wall in that 2-4. They won't go 3 wide into 1, but they almost went into a crash, and there's contact. Car 2-4 gets loose. Still moving, though, the 19 of Jake Milsap sliding into the 24 of Cole Snyder. Everybody making it through okay and crash-free, so we stay caution-free. Jake Milsap in that 19 car is up to 7th, 0.6 of a second behind Zach Meredith. Kyle Taub is in 8th, Jose Ruiz in 9th, Jeff Lednum rounding out the top 10, but looking to go one better behind the Sacramento driver in the Dr. Pepper Toyota. At the front, Nate Lehman leading the race, and it's clear sailing for the driver of the Office Depot Ford. Corey Blevins sits in the 2nd position, 1 second behind the race leader, 2 seconds ahead of Hunter Peach in the 3rd position. Drivers, for the most part, evenly spread amongst the top 4. Josh Arnold now within 1.5 seconds to Micah Allard in 4th. Josh Franks making headway. The Star Wars Chevrolet on the inside of the Michelob Ultra Camaro. A blink from Enrique Quiñones, while the 2-4 of Steven Brinnick looks on from 17th. Contact, there goes the 9 trying to save it all the way down to the grass, and the New Jersey pilot keeps it saved. And that was a scary moment as Quiñones goes a lap down, but definitely some contact between him and Josh Franks out of turn number 4. Let's have another look. There's the blink from the 9. Oh, looks like the 6 just goes up into the 9. It looks like Quiñones was trying to avoid Josh Franks, but he does a brilliant job there. White Walker in the chat says, nice save by the 24, then the 9. Earlier in the chat, Kurt, a.k.a. White Walker, said, looked like Snyder gave away positions to the 22 and 17, but didn't give way to the 2-3. Talking about Jose Ruiz, 19 capitalized and washed up on the 2-4. Jake Milsap still ahead of the 2-4 for now. Cole Snyder has got his groove back. Don't you know the flames add an extra 50 horsepower? He's got some extra flames on the hood of that thing there, and he's putting them to good use. Bama Trama is in the chat. Says, hey Pete. White Walker says, Mama Vols, it's Rick. Oh man, to be repeat 1975 though, that would be something else. The 19 of Jake Milsap just a little loose in front of that 81. No worries, Mama Vols. Love you, ma'am. Send my love to Terry and the whole family back in Tennessee. Nate Lehman in that 1-4 now puts the 12 of Steven Brinnick a lap down, so there's 15 cars left on the lead lap. Josh Franks being the last of those 15. We're almost to the halfway mark. Nate Lehman leading by 1.7 seconds over the 4.8 of Corey Blevins. Hunter Peach sitting in 3rd in the 2.6 Supra. And Micah Allard reeling him in. Josh Arnold reeling in Micah Allard. So it's going to be, we're going to see which fish is going to eat the smaller fish after the halfway point. Jose Ruiz also getting close. He's up to the top 6 now, getting around the 1.6 of Kyle Taub. Or will he, despite an injured right front corner on that 1.6 Tide Ride inspired KT Designs Ford? He's been doing incredibly well, holding his own, still managing a top 6 performance. No worries, Bama Trama. It wouldn't be the first time I actually got confused with repeat 1975. Kind of an honor. Zach Meredith. He's up to the 9th position, looking to get around Jeff Lednum in that 3.7. The Snap-on Ford comes into tonight's race with a good opportunity to make some points. Zach Meredith down pit road early on. Chris Murphy has crashed in that 2-1. Caution is out on lap 48. Did the 17 of Zach Meredith make it to pit road before pit road was closed? Let's have a look. First at the crash of Chris Murphy in the 21. coming up behind the 19 of Jake Milsap. Murphy loose out of turn number 2. Hits that inside wall. Bounces off of it, really. One more look aboard car 21. And at that point, he's just a passenger there. Now let's have a look here. Zach Meredith coming down pit lane. Let's run this one back. White Walker 86 says big benefit for the 17. You think we would have heard by now? And there it is. You see the green lights on the left. They're green. Still green by the time he comes down pit road. Let's have one more look here. Zach Meredith just sneaked down. Or did he? Or did he? Where is the line for car 17? Have a look at the rear chase camera. Let's see if we can move this along slowly. Watch for those lights to turn red. Right there, Zach Meredith does not make it across that commitment cone in time. White Walker 86 says way close, might have been late, and there it is. You saw the lights flash red. Not sure what the rules are there. He might be okay. Really, who knows? We're gonna find out. NNR Bowling says, ouch. White Walker 86 says penalty for the 17. You saw it. Pit road was closed as the 1-7 of Zach Meredith came down pit road. Let's have a look here. We're going to take a look at two events here. The crash of Chris Murphy in the 21. So you're going to see Murphy go around here. Murphy goes for a spin. Keep your eye on the green lights. There's the crash. Let's slow it down one more time. Keep your eye on those green lights. They're going to turn red. Almost there. Turn red now. The 1-7 has not crossed the commitment cone until then. And he missed it by that much. Zach Meredith being scored in the 14th position at the moment, while Nate Lehman still being scored as the race leader. Everybody under that caution coming down on lap 49. We'll see how everything shakes out. And we'll see Zach Meredith try and bounce back from that one. And NNR Bowling says, unfortunately, was nothing the 17 could do. Too late to try and get back onto the track. You're telling me, no, Meredith did absolutely nothing wrong. It's just sometimes the way that the tire degrades, isn't it? So we're going to shuffle everything out, and we'll be back for more racing, fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the second half of the race in 60 seconds. Nate Lehman has control of the field coming out of turn number 4. Will he get a huge jump coming to that line? Waiting for that signal. 53 laps complete. Green flag is out. Nate Lehman still leading this race, 55 laps in. Jose Ruiz looking to get to the inside of Kyle Taub in the 1-6. Everyone is on fresh, albeit cold, Goodyear Eagles, but still pushing hard with fewer than 45 laps remaining. This is the view from race leader Nate Lehman. He sees the 4-8 of Corey Blevins right behind him. Everybody looking to stay in one piece. The 2-4 of Cole Snyder sits 11th. Right now, he's got Byron Jones behind him on the outside line, looking to make way with that exit. 2-4 to the inside of the 4-4, who scrapes along the safer barrier into turn number 1, and Byron Jones will lose a shot at the top 10. John Osborne into 11th. Zach Meredith, who just missed that pit road entrance. Everything left to prove, coming to 43 laps to go, and Corey Blevins has to be on it. He's got tires that are exactly as fresh as Nate Lehman, but will he wait to attack? Or will he still conserve these tires, hoping for that late race yellow? Micah Allard making hay while the moon shines down on Richmond. The 6-1 Dynamo Designs Chevy gets into third. Hunter Peach now staring through the mirror at Josh Arnold in that 2-2. Winner 1 week ago at the Darlington Raceway, Josh Arnold comes into this race looking to score another top 5. Does he dare for a win? Let's ride along in the passenger seat with McGee, Missouri's Josh Arnold. It doesn't look terribly banked when you're watching this from, you know, the track side or anything like that, but as soon as you get into that gyro cam, you can see that these, I believe it's about 12 degrees here, possibly a little more. It really is a lot more than it looks, and the outside line just does carry much more speed at the risk of the cars getting incredibly loose. But we'll see if these drivers push these tires to the limits. 0.3 of a second is the difference between Hunter Peach and Josh Arnold. Jeff Lednum's in 7th with Kyle Taub behind him. Chris Murphy's in 16th, looking to crack the top 15 on the inside line of New Jersey's Enrique Quiñones. Murph makes the move on the inside line. The 9 protects the speed on the top side and holds on to the position. Nate Lehman now with Corey Blevins within 0.2 entering turn number 1. Blevins is on the offensive. Lehman has to defend, and he has to put those Goodyears to work. Blevins looking to use the skills he can muster to get around the 1-4. Corey Blevins comes into tonight's race 8th in the di9 Designs standings, only 1 point behind Cole Snyder, and he's looking to get around the championship leader with fewer than 40 laps to go at Richmond. 1-4, 4-8, 6-1. Your top 3. Hunter Peach 1.5 seconds off of the podium, with Josh Arnold starting to breathe the same air. He is into that third corner. 2-2. Looking to grab a second consecutive podium, possibly even a win if the cards fall his way. John Osborne in the 8-1, trying to get around the 2-4 of Cole Snyder. He's fixed the damage on his DuPont Chevrolet. Kyle Taub had a big dent on the right front corner of the KT Designs Ford. He's been taken care of as well in the 1-6. Up 4 places from where he started. Almost as good as John Osborne, who's in 11th. Osborne's up 5 places from where he started. Murphy now trying to make it happen around the outside on Quiñones in the 9. Murph in the 2-1. Looking to climb just a bit higher. Richmond not looking like his strong suit. He's second in the point standings, ahead of Jose Ruiz by just 8 markers. Right now, Jose Ruiz sitting some 7 positions Actually, 10 positions. Look at that. 10 positions a bit higher right now in the running order. So Murphy looking to get just a move on around the 9. 30 laps to go next time around. 3/10 still the difference between Nate Lehman and Corey Blevins. Josh Franks in the 6, about to go 1 lap down. Will he hold on? Will he hold out for a yellow flag? The 3/4 of a mile Richmond Raceway, not always 3/4 of a mile. It was just over a half mile in length up until fall of 1988 when they reconfigured it to the D shape that we all now know and love. Been racing here since just after World War II. I think it was called the Strawberry Hill Fairgrounds or something back then. Somebody else might know, but a lot of history here. Last season, in Season 3, it was a 110-lap dash. This season, just 10 laps, a bit shorter, but will it make a difference for these two drivers here? 72 laps complete. Blevins going to the inside for the race lead. He touches the yellow line, entering the corner. The 6 of Franks able to open the door on the 1-4, but he just can't make it stick. It'll be 27 laps to go. This time by Corey Blevins. He saw daylight. He went for it, but the timing just wasn't right. But Lehman is human after all. He has left the door open. And will there be just maybe the possibility of the bump and run? Short track racing at its finest, and you wouldn't be at all surprised to see just a little bit of creativity come out of the 48 camp. "25 laps to go, and if you've just tuned in, you have not missed a thing. It's been the Nate Lehman, Corey Blevins show all night long, and it looks like it's going to be that way for the next 25 circuits at Richmond. John Osborne sitting in the 11th position, looking on the outside of Cole Snyder, just trying to get into that top 10, get every point he can earn. Jake Milsap in the 1-9. Slower in the first half of this race, but the caution helped him get his car together, and now he's coming up behind Jeff Lednam in the 3-7. The Snap-on Mustang has been consistently fast in the top 5, as has the 1-6 of Kyle Taub. Ruiz in the 2-3, behind Arnold in the 2-2. J-Paw guarding the back end of the top 5 while he looks to get around the 2-6 of Hunter Peach. The M&M's Supra is within 4/10 to Micah Allard, who makes contact with the outside wall headed into turn number 1. I was just going to say Allard has been consistent in the podium positions, but now it looks like he's going to give up that 3rd position to Hunter Peach. Has he knocked the toe out of alignment in the 6-1? He's scratched up for sure in the Dynamo Designs Chevy. The M&M's Supra looking to get to the inside and make the challenge for 3rd place stick. J. Paul Arnold looking to go with him. Possibly Jose Ruiz looking to crack the top 5. 21 laps to go next time around. Allard almost making contact with the 2-6. The 2-6 has the advantage. Hunter Peach holding on to 3rd for now. 2-0 to go next time by. Peach in that 2-2, looking to also follow the 2-6. Allard carrying momentum, carrying speed on the outside line against Hunter Peach's shorter distance right along the yellow line in turn number 1. Going to exit as fast and high as possible out of turn number 2. Peach drifting up the track, trying to cut off Allard, but careful not to open the door for the 2-2 of Josh Arnold. Meanwhile, Nate Lehman just starting to break out some more moonlight between himself and Corey Blevins in the second position. 0.5 of a second, the difference between them. While third, fourth, fifth, and sixth are all within 0.2 of each other. Why don't you throw seventh into that mix as well? With 18 laps to go, Kyle Taub wants to play for the top three as well, and he just might have a chance. Further on through this running order, Cole Snyder is able to get around Jake Milsap, and here comes the 8-1 of John Osborne, the Jumpman Mustang, looking to get to the inside of the Ghost Camaro. He sends it in way deep into turn number one. Osborne on the outside of Milsap. There's contact from the 1-9 of Jake Milsap on John Osborne. Osborne just scrapes the inside wall, but he keeps it moving. Milsap in the 10th position keeps it in 10th, but the yellow flag comes out, and we're going to restart at Richmond with fewer than 15 laps remaining. Caution number 2 comes out after Jake Milsap makes contact with John Osborne out of that second corner. Let's have a look. Milsap just, I think, trying to come high out of the corner and does a bit too much. Let's have another look. And one more look on Milsap's pass from up above. So Jake Milsap being scored in 10th. Everybody from 1st down to 13th. All the cars on the lead lap coming down for tires and fuel. Nate Lehman's right sides go up. The left sides go up as well. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel for just about everybody. And we're going to get this race restarted with potentially about a dozen laps remaining. Hold on to whatever you're sitting on. Hold on to your hats, whatever you can. It's going to be a fantastic run to the finish, fans. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take one last break so we can go ad-free to the end. You're watching di9 Designs Xfinity from iRacing's Richmond. Eleven laps to go. 11 more circuits at the 3/4 of a mile D Oval. Nate Lehman has dominated the race tonight from the front. He will have control of the field when we go green. Corey Blevins starts on the outside in the 4-8 Chevrolet. Looking to gain points for the final 5 race. Run to the finish. Pace car peels off. Will the 1-4 jump early? Green flag will be out with 11 laps to go. Lehman holds the field back. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. Steven Brennick looks like he fell off the pace out of turn number 2, possibly one other car. Nate Lehman jumping out to that early lead. 10 circuits remain, 7.5 miles. It's all that's left. Lehman looking to get his 3rd victory and extend his points lead this season, but not so fast. Caution number 3 is out. Zach Meredith, Kyle Taub, Byron Jones, all involved in caution number 3. Let's have a look at what brought out this most recent yellow on lap 91. Meredith in the 17 on the outside, just can't avoid the 37 of Jeff Lednam. Jake Milsap flying into the accident, right into the back end of car 44, almost getting vaulted on his side. Just out of the 4th corner, you saw the 3-7 just got loose. There's the 16 of Taub. John Osborne able to avoid all of that, and that's where Kyle Taub got a big hit there. Let's have a look and a listen on board of the 19 of Jake Milsap. Oh, there you see Milsap just getting way loose, trying to save it, and flies into the quarter panel of the 4-4. Let's have a look on board the 8-1 of John Osborne. Watch this. Let's try for a better angle here. Oh, just a little bit of contact on the 1-7. Then able to avoid all of that. So caution number 3 flies almost immediately after the restart, but nobody would dare give up track position now. Cole Snyder in the 2-4. He pitted for fresh tires. He's got a 5-lap advantage on Josh Franks in the 6. Corey Blevins will once again start 2nd. Last time around, Nate Lehman was able to hold the field back before that restart, and it did him wonders. Let's see if he's going to try and pull the same trick twice. Nate Lehman, Rick James, you got me?
I got you, sir.
You're going to be restarting here with 5 laps to go, Nate. You've had interesting and effective restart strategies all night long. With 5 to go, is it any games that you can play to get the advantage and keep the 48 behind you?
I think so. I think we got one more trick up our sleeve here. Yeah, you know, and Corey's been racing me all clean all night, and I really appreciate that. So hopefully we can finish off a clean race between each other and extend this points lead.
Best of luck, Mr. Lehman. Give us a show.
Appreciate it.
Corey Blevins in the 48 starting. Well, he's been starting on the outside typically all race long. It'll be interesting to see if he wants to do, if Lehman wants to start on the inside this time around. He said he's got one more trick up his sleeve. We'll see if Corey Blevins heard that joke before. Lights are still on atop the pace car, so it looks like we're probably going to go green with 4 laps to go. And there it is. We are going green with 4 laps to go. So it's going to be a 3-mile dash to the finish to settle round number 11 from the Richmond Raceway. 4 miles is all these drivers are going to have to get the job done. and we'll see who's got the moves to pull off the victory in the end. Nate Lehman, Corey Blevins starting side by side one more time, waiting for the pace car to peel off. 1-4. Will he get the jump? Will the 4-8 hang on? Green flag is out. 4 laps to go. We have not hit green-white checkered status yet. We'll see if they get there. Everybody right up to the wall out of the second corner. Lehman still leads. Allard to the inside. Caution is out. There goes Corey Blevins. Yellow flag is out. Byron Jones has gone around in the 44 car. The 1-6 of Kyle Taub also involved. Cole Snyder, Zach Meredith meeting in turn number 3. And now we will have a green-white checkered finish at the Richmond Raceway. Let's have a look and see what brought out caution number 4. Three wide, look at that. 3 wide. The 2-4, the 1-7 making contact. The 9 of Enrique Quiñones avoiding all of that. And that's what it looked like from Byron Jones' point of view. Well, from the inside wall's point of view, looking at Byron Jones. How about for Kyle Taub? Almost made it. And the 12 of Stephen Brinnick almost made it. How about Chris Murphy? Murphy just gets caught up in the crossfire. Now let's see where it started, because it looks like Cole Snyder might have gotten loose. There might have been contact with the 9. Let's have a different view here. No, the 9's not involved. Just looks like the 1-7 of Meredith is coming up out of turn number 2. Then he makes contact with Snyder. And it all unfolds. One point of view we're going to look at, the 9 of Enrique Quiñones. Watch this. How about that for an escape plan? One more look aboard Q-Dog's car. Makes it through squeaky clean, and for that, Enrique Quiñones, you've earned your cold trickle move of the race.
Ice cream! Give me some of
Ice cream indeed, Cole. Ice cream indeed. Quiñones will restart in the top 10, while Nate Lehman will be restarting on the inside of row number 1, as he's done for every restart thus far. But now the script has been flipped for the 6-1 and the 4-8. Micah Allard now has the opportunity on the outside of lane number 1. Well, the top lane, right? Row number 1, you would say. We'll see if there's any tricks from the 6-1. The 4-8 of Corey Blevins starting on the inside of row number 2 with J. Paul Arnold on his outside. Last week's winner. He might just have a shot. It'll be our first of 3 green-white checkered attempts. Hunter Peach starting on the inside of row number 3. Micah Allard dancing about. Jake Milsap following suit. Sacramento's Jose Ruiz on the inside of row number 4. Q-Dog Quiñones rounding out the top 10. Meredith rounding out the top 15. Nate Lehman looking to get a good start and round out the race with a win. Green flag is out. Everyone makes it into turn 3 without incident. Do we complete a lap? White flag is out, and it's a race from here. Nate Lehman trying to defend his top position. Micah Allard looking to make moves on the outside with half a lap to go. Allard bouncing off that outside wall into the 4-8 of Blevins, who's got one more chance into 3, but Nate Lehman will make it 3 wins this season. He wins round 11 at Richmond. Big clash at the end of this one. Cole Snyder involved. This is Jake Milsap finishing in the 13th position backwards. And Cole Snyder getting involved in some late race shenanigans. But it's this driver, Nate Lehman, first 3-time winner this season. Lehman gets the victory, and he extends his points lead at the top of the tree. Corey Blevins finishing in 2nd. Josh Arnold able to finish in the 3rd position. Fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to have podium interviews in just a moment. Fans of the 14 rejoice everywhere across the internet. On the podium with our top 3 after a thrilling finish. Number 22, Pride of McGee, Mississippi. Josh Arnold comes home with a bronze medal. J-Paw, you got the job done. 2 consecutive podiums. You got the mojo with that 22 crew.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much lucky there. I should have probably finished in the 4th or 5th spot without those cautions, but benefited. Got kind of back, stuck in 6th, and a few cautions. Just worked my way up each, gained a spot. All 3 of those cautions right there at the end. So, going forward, not backwards. So that's always good. But no, I mean, really good race up until the very end. I don't know what was going on back there, but other than that, man, really fun night watching Nathan and Corey and Micah and Peach all running top 5, together, and so really fun to race those guys as always. So hate that I don't know what really happened on the backstretch to give me 3rd place. I should have probably finished 4th there, but I'll take talking to you any day, Rick.
You're the man, buddy. We'll see you in a week at Talladega. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Our 2nd place finisher, the 4-8 of Corey Blevins, driving a brilliant race today. Corey, it's definitely going to shoot you up in the point standings. You came into tonight 8th. You're leaving 2nd in the running order with a silver medal around your neck. What more could you have done to get to Nate Lehman and win?
A few more laps, maybe at the end might have, because I was right neck and neck with Nathan there on a short run. I really thought that I was kind of equal to him for the most part. And then when we had that really long green flag run there, first 50 laps, he did start pulling me. About after 30 laps or so, he started pulling me a little bit. So definitely would have been interesting. I know that caution with on lap 85, if we would have went green there to the end, it definitely would have probably would have put on a show there for everyone.
We're going to see a show next week at the Talladega Super Speedway. Can we finally see you at the top of the podium? It is going to be an interesting race.
I hope so. Talladega's never been kind to me, so that would be kind of nice for sure. Yeah, I've been so close to victory lane, just not been quite there yet. But we'll keep digging at it and go for it next week.
We'll see you in a week. Congratulations on second.
Thank you.
Our race-winning interview brought to you by the good folks over at di9 Designs, the custom graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at di9 Designs. They post graphics on all platforms multiple times a week and take requests on logos, wallpapers, iRacing, schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use code di9 Designs for free shipping on your diecast and merch orders over $20 on CircleBDiecast.com. And now our race winner, driver of the 1-4, Office Depot Ford, with his third win this season and what's now looking like an insurmountable points lead with 5 races to go. Nate Lehman, you got the hat trick, man. Congratulations.
Man, Rick, I had this track circled for a long time. Ever since I was able to get the win for Cole there last season with the passing of his dad, I wanted to come back here and do it right since I kind of roughed Braden up a little bit on that last couple laps. So we certainly did that. We came out and took care of business and built that points lead going into Dega, which was kind of the goal to try to pad that a little bit.
You've got a cushion headed into Talladega, so worst case scenario, let's say it all goes upside down for you next week. Looking at the final 4 races of the season, obviously next week we don't stop mentioning we're going to have Talladega, Martinsville, Michigan, Chicagoland, and the 111 lap dash at Charlotte to end the season. Any banana skins there? Where's going to be your Achilles heel?
I've never been fond of Michigan. I haven't been necessarily bad, but not a winning car at Michigan. Really excited for Martinsville though. I love short tracks, and Charlotte is another one that I'm circling, hoping we can put it in victory lane. But Michigan, I guess Michigan and Chicagoland, big question marks.
It's going to be a fun end of the season, but for now you get a chance to go celebrate with your teammates. Congratulations on your 3rd victory, Nate.
Appreciate it, Rick. Thanks for broadcasting.
Fans, it's going to do it for us tonight, and the 11th chapter of this 3rd season is in the books. Next week, the 2.66-mile Super Speedway in Lincoln, Alabama will play host to round number 12, and this Thursday, we're going to take the ARCA cars to Indianapolis in Thursday Night Thunder. Tune in here on Rick James TV for that, and until the next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do